Level 1. You wake to vibration. Not the soft hum of an alarm, but a swarm in your pocket. Your phone lights up. Emergency alerts. Hundreds of missed calls. Messages. Don't go outside. Lock your door. Get to shelter now. The first 15 seconds are a lie. You think you can still be late for work. You think this is another drill. You stand. Your feet find the cold floor. Your throat is a dry fist. You whisper, "What the hell?" Silence answers. The kind of quiet that swallows the usual noise. Inside, your apartment smells like coffee and fear. Your mind tries to find normal. It fails. You throw the door open. The hallway is empty. Shoes at doorways. TV flickers black. A child's drawing taped to a wall flaps like a small flag. You check the news. The feed spins and dies. The internet coughs and goes quiet. Radio static. A single ham operator repeats, "If you hear me, come to the church. Bring people. Bring batteries." You think, "I'll be careful." You decide to step outside anyway. Level 2. The street looks wrong. Cars stopped mid. One has a driver slumped with a hand on the wheel. Not sleeping. Not breathing right. You freeze. Your pulse does ridiculous things. You are suddenly loud in your own skin. A neighbor clatters out from a stoop. Mrs. Reynolds, she used to feed your cat when you were out. She turns her head to slow. Her mouth moves like a puppet. She sees you. Her expression snaps to hunger. Her hands are not steady. She lunges. You run. You don't know how fast you're running until your breath cuts into a scream. You slam your door shut. Barricade with a chair. Your hands shake as you text anyone who could answer. The replies are a staccato of panic and silence. A knock. Loud. 3 bangs. It's Josh from 2 doors down. "Open up, please." You peek through the chain. Josh's eyes are wrong vacant, hungry. He says again, softer, "Open." "It's me." You do not open. Level 3. You need a plan. You need allies. You need supplies. You need answers. The options leak away one by one. You check the building for other survivors. In the stairwell, you find Marcus, former Marine, jaw wired, tight. He doesn't ask your name. He asks, "We in or out?" You tell him about the phone alerts. He grunts. There's a rumored safe zone at the river. People say the army is there. You push. "We should go." Maya slips out from behind the elevator shaft. Teen, graffiti on her sleeves, eyes that have not learned to trust. She is clutching a backpack of tech. A handheld radio, batteries, a phone with a cracked screen of someone. She says, quietly, "I heard on a feed if the net's down. They're using public broadcast. The tower's still hot. If we cut it, maybe this stops." Marcus looks at you. High risk. Bad reward. Maya meets your eyes. We either try or wait to be eaten. You choose to try. Level 4. You move as a small machine. Marcus clears doors. Maya scans rooftops with a jury-rigged antenna. You hold maps like relics. On the corner, a cluster moves people, mouths open, walking like they're listening to a distant drum. You think, are they sick or hypnotized? A man on a bench rises. He walks with you until he stops, mid-stride, and turns toward the sky. He speaks through clenched teeth. It's coming from the broadcasters. I remember. The alarm worked different. Your world narrows to a decision point, the river safe zone, or the broadcast tower. Maya says, "Tower. If what I heard is right, it isn't a virus. It's a signal. Turn it off, and maybe they wake up." Marcus swallows. Or we tip them toward a worse broadcast. You are not ready to die for a theory. You are not ready to let everyone die trying to fix it. But you see the man on the bench twitch and reach for a child's hand that isn't there. You make your choice. Level 5. The tower sits like the spine of the neighborhood. Barbed wire, a guard booth. The road is a minefield of abandoned cars and shadow figures that lurch when you pass. You pick your path through alleys. A grocery store. Window offers hope, and threat inside. Someone has drawn a crude map to the tower. Inside the store, you find a survivor named Evelyn. She hides a pistol under the counter. She says, "This started like seizures." Then the eyes blanked out. "We drove them to the open, and they kept walking, like they were listening. You ask, is there a cure? She shakes her head. Not a cure. But if it's a carrier-an emitter, we can target it. I can help. Evelyn has no family left. She has only knowledge and a cold socket of guilt. You accept her. Level 6. The tower is more fortified than you imagined. A small militia has set up a blockade. They shout through megaphones, their faces painted like war stories. You ask for passage. The leader's name is Alvarez. He mistakes your desperation for a con. Why should I risk my people for you? He asks. Maya steps forward. She offers the radio. I can reroute the frequency. I can prove it. Alvarez's eyes harden. Proof. He looks at the bodies moving beyond the barricade, at the mother pressing her forehead to her baby's chest. And he says, if this is a trap, we're all dead. You hand him Evelyn's charts. He listens. His jaw clenches. Fine, but if you fail, we close the gate and leave you. Level 7. Inside the tower compound, the air tastes like metal. Each floor is a new challenge. Ladders creak. Lights flicker. When you reach the control room, you find what you feared. Not a lone malfunctioning transmitter, but a console pulsing like a heart. Emergency alerts, looping. A live feed of the city, with multiple nodes lighting up like small fires. Maya touches the console with hands that tremble but don't shake. I can override it. If I can inject a null signal, I need to sync to the source, Evelyn warns. The amplifier needs a biological anchor, something to match the neural signatures. Your throat tightens. What does that mean? Evelyn's face is a map of regret. It'll need a living brain tuned to the pattern. We don't know if they'll survive being the anchor. We don't know if they will turn. Marcus says, simply, do it. You realize the machine will only sync with someone who carries the protocol in their blood. You check your arm, the tiny scar you forgot about from a past night. You remember a clinic, a charity trial you volunteered for last year, a memo, a needle. You swallowed a pill for study. Final level. They ask if you'll be the anchor. You imagine the faces you've saved. You imagine the ones you'll lose. You say, I'll do it. They hook you up. The console hums. Maya sends the null signal. Evelyn monitors your levels. The room goes small. Everything is sound and detail. You think of your life in fast cuts. Your mother calling. A first kiss. The small job you hated. Marcus' steady hands. Maya's cracked optimism. You are suddenly filled with a tenderness so large it stings. You see the city feed. The nodes pulse. The signal reaches. The moving figures slow. Then, two things happen at once. First, hundreds of people collapse, as if a sleep finally reaches them. They slump to the ground and lie still. Relief is a hot taste. Then, alarms flare. The compound shakes. Through the glass, a convoy of military trucks approaches, not to save you, but to take control. A voice on the secure line says, do not deactivate. Maintain broadcast. Repeat. Maintain. It's cold. It's not panic. It's order. Maya's face drains. Alvarez is on his radio, hand gone white. We were lied to, he says. In one final effort, you push the override. The console prints a log. It contains a single entry. Activation protocol. Authorized by RSC-17. Subject. Volunteer ID 17. Linked anchor. Redacted. Evelyn reads it aloud. Her voice breaks on the last word. You know then what you had refused to remember. The trial you volunteered for. The tiny print. The implant you agreed to wear. You were not a random anchor. You were a key. You look at Maya, she whispers. They used volunteers as docking stations. The alerts weren't warnings. They were calls. Your hands go cold. You feel suddenly very small, like a domino that had been set without knowing. Outside, the military truck doors open, and soldiers step out, faces hard. Fear, replaced by discipline. They are not rescuers. They are retrieval. Alvarez draws his weapon. He says, we fight. We die, or we try to run. You have one last choice. Run with the group take, or stay, and let the broadcast go dark. Even if it means you, and maybe Maya, and Evelyn will be taken. You choose to hold the override and watch the city wake. The null signal sweeps. The moving figures wake, as if from anesthesia. They look around, bewildered. Some scream, many cry. And then everything goes quiet, but not the good quiet. A new kind of stillness settles like the moment after a gunshot. Maya grabs your hand. "What did they make you for?" she asks. The console prints one more line. Reason, control archetype humane quelling. The words mean nothing. They mean everything. You let the system die. The broadcast stops. People begin to stumble, some back into themselves. Others screaming as memory and hunger and shame mix into a roiling pool. Soldiers lower their weapons, not because you obey, but because their orders shift. The leader on the line says, into a speaker, "Contain and record. High-value subject, secured." They're not coming for you to help. A soldier touches your arm. He slides a small tag on your wrist. It reads a number you feel deep in your marrow. You realize the neat world you woke into was built on people like you, who volunteered for a cure that was never a cure. Maya looks at you like someone seeing a ghost. Evelyn presses a hand to your shoulder. Marcus mutters, "You saved them." "We saved them. But who saved us from them?" You think of Mrs. Reynolds' hand reaching for you. You think of the child drawing on the wall. The soldier's face is unreadable. He says, quietly, "Orders are to bring Subject 17 to the Central." You look at the skyline. Smoke curls like a bruise. People stream toward the river, toward homes, toward the tentative hope you helped kindle. And then, as they lead you away, a message flashes on the console you can't unsee. "Welcome back, Subject 17. Rhiannon sequence complete. Phase 2 begins." You are handed a blanket, a number, and a future you no longer recognize.